Hello, the week continues. Let's go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. And the winner is a very specific shape. Today I feel inclined to go nested template, which is the HTML element, and the HTML element and the body element. Right, we're not adding any paragraph tags or divs or anything. All right, I'm going to start with yellow. Use margins to narrow down 30, 40, 41, 42. I kind of think that I'm going to have different numbers here. No, that is correct. All right. So that's going to be 100, 10, 20, 18, 19, 16, 17, 17. Okay. And then 70, 75, 76, 77. All right. Now, to shape this, the body tag, we're going to do a border radius to start with. Border radius, and that's going to be what? 1 inch. 0, 0, 1 inch. 2. No. Let's do it in pixels. 100 pixels. 100 pixels looks right. Sure. Then what? I don't think we can use border, so that means that we're going to end up using a radial gradient to do that curvy bit. Radial gradient at 100%, 50%, transparent, 80, probably well, maybe 60, 50 pixels, 60 pixels, and then yellow. And I need to set a size on that. So well, it's a 70. Great, and then move it using the background position. So minus 50 pixels, let's say. And then we're going to say, no, let's try a little more. 60, 70, 80, 90, 90 looks good. And then what? So I could add a no repeat or a repeat Y and just do that. I don't know if that's better. It does let me do I don't know if that's a win. I don't think that matters. So I feel like this is the bottom level. So let's do what? Linear gradient. No. Okay. Let's do the yellow bit next, which I'm going to do a conic gradient for. Yeah, conic gradient is the next thing I'm going to do. It's going to be transparent. Oh, and it's going to be some small number at 50%. Let's say 100 pixels. Transparent 25%, and then yellow. So that gets you that. But I want it to be pixels over and 0, and then 80 pixels wide, and then a repeat only on the y-axis, which means you don't get the whole thing. So that's what that looks like. Let's move that over a little bit more. 1, 10, 20. That's the concept. That could be it. And then, how do I do the blue? I mean, that's two gradients there, and they're both repeat Y. And if I don't do repeat Y, is that worse? I can remove, so I think I want to do cover. And then if I do red, and it's just a background color. So in this case, we have two gradients, and then we have a background color, which is sort of the backup, and then I'm not using, I do have to use these greens again. The way I'm doing it, let's submit and make sure 100%. Not the most efficient. It feels a little heavy, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I think I'm happy enough with it. There are probably tunings that could be done to this to make it a little more efficient, but I do like this. I do like it mostly. I don't know if you can tell that, but I really do. Like, it's like, this is nice. This is fine. The question is there a way, like, given the fact that, so what if we take all these backgrounds? Yeah, we're gonna take the background. I'm just gonna say blank template and just use the body. What happens if we put that just on the body? We get the same effect. So if we do that, we need another color stop. We do need another color stop. So let's do 90 pixels, 0. Okay. Maybe 100. And then move that over. So, you know, this is how malleable CSS gradients are, right? Like, so now I'm gonna put all the existing things that I've got and move them over a little bit. Okay, so let's move this. To 10, 20, 15. So now we got that. Do I even need that? I don't think I need the repeat anymore. Okay, and then next, our little conic gradient. Conic gradient. Probably, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut and paste. See what we got. All right, and then now we need a no repeat. I have no equals repeat. That's not correct. So I just want to make this L shape. So to make that L shape, move this over more, 2, and then down. And then that height is like 2. There we go. Something like that. it's 225, 215. Okay. So that's what I've created so far. What next? Well, if I do green here, does that fills the whole thing? Yeah, that'll fill the whole thing. So actually, can I use that? Let's do that. And then we put the conic gradient on top. Yeah, why not? That simplifies things a little bit. Comma. There it is. So then I need, what do I need next? How about a linear grade? We'll do this linear, because I don't need the complicated shape. 90 degrees, transparent, blue, transparent, comma. So there's your blue stripe. All right, so where does that stripe start? That stripe starts at 190, 185, and then goes to 200, 10, 215. And then we need to give it what? Zero. What do we need to do? Well, right now I'm using the whole size. So strictly speaking, I only need, what, 30 pixels of it? So actually, if I do this as 30 pixel color stop and then transparent, then I've got my stripe. I move it over 200 pixels, 180, well, 185 is fine, we know what that is. And then give it a width of 100% and a height of 50 pixels. And then repeat X, and then more height, 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Let's see if that works. I think that works. Sort of a goofy, like I don't use linear gradients as often as I might, but because that's centered, we can use a background position that's just the X, so that pushes everything over, and then that works pretty well. Let's clobber some code here. So minify, unit replace, and submit, and that's the final, which is, it's not very different from the first submission, but no border radius, no margins. If I do the repeat X, yeah. If I do the repeat Y, yeah. And repeat X is slightly. Can we change the ats? What else can we change? Anything? Kind of not. But I don't think it's a better score. Yeah, it's not a better score. But I kind of like it. Is there another way to do this? That I'm not sure about. Or at least none is occurring to me right now. I think we stop there. Sorry for the meandering video. I'm not seeing a better, more efficient way. This is one that'll probably bother me, and I'll wake up tomorrow and say, "Oh, I could have done that," but I'm not thinking of it right now. Anyway, go make a web page. Everybody's got web browsers in their pockets. It's pretty cool, for their purses or on their desk. They got web browsers. Make them a web page. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.